Okay, we are going to make stickers in Photoshop by selecting images and cutting them out into interesting shapes so that they have different selections around the photos. So I'm going to create a new document when I'm in Photoshop. I'm going to click Create New, and then the window is going to pop up, and I'm going to select a letter document, or I can go to Print because we're going to make something for print, and then you can choose letter. Okay, you do want it to be 300 resolution so your pictures look good in print. So in print, letter, we're going to call this last name, right? So this is going to be your sticker document. So you're going to put last name, first initial, sticker, okay? And then we're going to click the Create button. So when Photoshop opens, you're going to see your canvas is the size of a piece of computer paper. This is the whole page of stickers, so you want to fill this page with as many stickers and even copies of the same stickers as you can so that you save space. Okay, so we are going to start by placing an image. We're going to go to File, Place Embedded, and I have downloaded a picture recently from a free stock image. So if you go to your quick access, you'll be able to see what you downloaded recently up at the top. So I just downloaded this JPEG. Make sure your pictures are in JPEG format to use for this in Photoshop. HEIC from your phones won't work. So if you don't have any photos from your artwork that are not HEIC files, you can go to unsplash.com or pixabay.com and download a stock image. So we're going to click this picture and click Place. You'll see that you have a bounding box around the image, which will place it as a smart object so that we can resize it in full quality until it's rasterized. So if you drag the corners, you can make it a little smaller because I'm gonna make several stickers on this page. They're gonna be kind of small stickers. And then you have to press Enter to apply the transformation. So the first way we're gonna select is we're gonna use the marquee tool. And I'm going to select an elliptical marquee. So you could either select with a rectangle or you could select with the elliptical. I'm going to use the elliptical marquee, and I'm going to select like an oval area. So I just clicked and dragged to select. You'll see the marching ants around the oval. And then I'm going to go to my layers panel over on the right, and you'll see that there are little squares around the icon of my image on my image layer. That means it's still a smart object, and I need to rasterize it so that I can work with the pixels at this size. So I'm going to right click on the bar, not on the words, not on the picture, but on the bar. I'm going to right click and rasterize layer, and those little squares go away. So now it's this size. So now I want to make a mask. So I'm going to select this layer, and I'm going to go down to the Layer Mask button, and I'm going to add a layer mask. So now this image right here is a circle. So it has a stencil over it that's masking the picture, and it's paper clipped to the image so that it doesn't move. I can actually unpaper clip it, and then I could move the picture around if I wanted to. If it's not like exactly the way you want it, you can move it around a little bit. But I'm going to paper clip it back together and select the mask. Okay, so the mask, if I double left click, I can change my layer style, and I can add a stroke. So if I just check off stroke, so I double left clicked on the layer to open the layer styles, and then you can see in the preview, I clicked on this bar for stroke, and I can change the size of the stroke, and I can change the color of the stroke to something, let's do something kind of light blue. Okay, so I have a sticker that looks like this with this nice edge for the light blue. And click OK. I want a couple copies of this, so I've added some layer effects. I'm going to right click on the bar of the layer again and duplicate layer. and make copies, and it's right on top of the other one, so I'm going to have to click and drag. So now I have 2 copies of this sticker. Now let's make a different kind of sticker. So I'm going to go to File, Place, Embedded, and then I'm going to use the same image again, but you could have several images. I'm going to place the sticker. This one I'm going to leave kind of big. I'm going to press Enter, because I am going, let's move it down a little bit away from those other ones. It's on a new layer. Remember, it's a smart object. It has these little squares. So to get rid of the smart object, you're going to right click on the layer and rasterize layer. So the little squares go away because I'm going to leave it this size. Now I'm going to use a different selection tool. So instead of using the elliptical or rectangular marquee, now I'm going to use the lasso tool, or the polygonal or the magnetic lasso tool. So let's use the lasso tool. The lasso tool allows me to click and drag a little shape. And then when I go back to the beginning, it will allow it to connect. So you can see I freehand drew a selection with the lasso tool. All right, so it will click and drag and you can select and cut something out as long as you go back to the beginning. So I tried to draw something that looked kind of like an artist palette. And then I can do the same thing. I can go down to the bottom of my layers and I can mask it. And I don't like that, so I can hit Control Z. And then if you want to get rid of your selection, you're going to go to Control D, deselect, and let's do a different selection because I don't like that. You can also use the polygonal lasso tool, and I can click and it'll draw straight lines around my picture. So I'm going to make a star. And when you go back to the beginning, when you're in the polygonal lasso tool, when you go back to the beginning, you're going to see a little circle. And if you see the little circle, that means close. So there's a little circle right underneath the polygonal lasso tool image icon. And I click close. I like that one better, so now I'm going to mask that one. Okay, so I can also add a stroke by double clicking on the layer and then checking off stroke. And then it just went ahead and did the same stroke as the other one, which is fine with me. I kind of like that it's a sticker like that. But it's kind of a little big, so now I want to make it smaller. So I'm going to click OK. If I want to make it smaller, all I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to hit Control T or Edit Transform. Okay? And now, as long as I'm on the picture and this is paper clipped together, it's all going to resize together. And now my stroke is a little big. So I'm going to press Enter to apply my transformation, but I'm going to go back to my layer styles and click on the bar for the stroke in the middle and make the stroke size a little smaller. So it looks a little bit, yeah, that looks a little bit more proportional. Click OK. Now I want to make copies of the star, so I'm going to click on the layer that's highlighted and then right click, not on the words, not on the pictures, but in the space in the layer, and duplicate layer. And then take my move tool and move it over, so you make a couple stickers. All right, and then you can make a full sheet before you print so that you have lots of stickers. Another thing you could do is you could take the type tool and you could use the horizontal type tool and just click once and let go. And you could type your name or words or quotes that inspire you, and then you can select it and you can choose a bigger font that you like, and you can make stickers that go with your name, and you can change the color of your name up here at the top. So let's choose something that's like this same kind of blue family. So you can put your name there. You can make a sticker with your name. All right, so you could put all sorts of things on here to print. Okay, so when you print, you're going to go to File, Print. You're going to make sure that the printer is Art Frida Kahlo, and then you want to make your print preview look right. This doesn't look right because it's in landscape orientation, and I want it to print in portrait. So you always want to check your print preview and make sure that your layout is okay and the print preview looks the way you want it to look. You can print on Art Frida Kahlo. Before you print, you're going to wait to press print, and you're going to go walk back and put vinyl sticker paper in the bottom tray face up in the printer, and then you can print. Okay? So that's how we're going to make stickers. You're going to save your document. You're going to go to File, Save As. You're going to save it on your computer. Last name, first initial, sticker. You're going to save it as a Photoshop document, and you're going to go to your number drive, and you're going to save it on this PC. Okay? That's it for stickers. Good luck. Have fun.